Hey readers. So in this lesson, in this session, we are looking and previewing texts really and making predictions in this nonfiction text of what information do we think the authors is going to present? What are we going to learn? What are we going to remember? What are we going to um, realize from the author's words. So that information and understanding ahead of time and making a plan and prediction of what you can learn will one help you when you're doing research, but also it'll help you think about your thinking. And it's not the easiest skill to do if you don't have a plan to help you figure out, first of all, what is this page telling me? Make that prediction, and then confirm whether your thoughts were accurate or you were wrong and there was something different that the author was trying to teach you or a message the author was trying to provide for you. So the first step you really need to do is just preview that page. So if I was going to preview some nonfiction pages, and I would look, maybe we'll pull out, our mummy's text. And if I look at a page and I preview it, the first thing I'm looking for are the text features. I'm looking at the subtitle. I'm looking at just what I can see with my eyes and not read with my eyes. And that helps you kind of start to think and put the puzzle together. So how to make a mummy is the subtitle. I know I read that, but I'm looking at here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So it looks like this page is going through steps of something. When I look at those illustrations, I start to see, oh, what is this guy doing with his hands in this person's chest? That's a brain. Um, they're playing cards. There's something here. Like it looks like a potion or something. They're washing hair, and then they're wrapping the mummy like we know what mummies look like in ancient Egypt. So looking at that tells me, one, I might be right if I predict this is going to be about the steps that they use to create a mummy. But if I go deeper into that prediction, I predict that they're going to talk about what they do with the body parts of the cadaver, the dead pharaoh or royal person, what they do with the brain. I predict that they're going to tell us what they use to prep the mummy. I know in previous pages, if I connect back, they said that they use a lot of different techniques and bacteria, I think, maybe, if I remember correctly, or let me just reread. Yeah, bacteria killing chemicals to make mummies. So maybe they're going to talk about some of those bacteria killing chemicals that are used here. I wonder why they wash. I mean, maybe to make the mummy smell good. So all of those are predictions that I'm starting to think about that information before I start reading. So I got a couple things there. I talked about what we believe will happen to the mummy's organs, because I see things like lungs and liver and brain there. They might talk about these chemicals that they use to kill the bacteria and preserve the mummy's corpse, and how they wash and prep them. So when I would read that, what I would do next is I would make a reading plan. And there's that chunk and stop and think. So one thing I notice about a lot of your reading is that a lot of you will read an entire page or entire section and you forget what you read. I suggest you think about chunking. And what I mean by that is read a little bit of information at a time, stop and think about what you read. Read a little bit of information at a time, stop and think about what you read. And I'll demonstrate that for you as we read our mentor text in the next video. And then the last thing I want you to remember is check your understanding. If you get to a section and you can't remember what you read, or if you can't recall a specific vocabulary word that's meaningful or impactful to your understanding, go back and reread. Go back and reread. I would rather you spend quality time understanding what you're reading versus finishing tons of books. It's not a race. It's about really building your understanding and knowledge of these skills to apply them to your life. These are life skills. These aren't reading skills. These are life skills. So go ahead now in the next video. I'm going to model to you this plan and what I would do to make a prediction for a text about John Lewis.